Hey guys, welcome to Brian's Garage. Today we're going to talk about the upper windshield header for convertible Chevelle, Cutlass, Skylark, Lemans. These things tend to rust out. There's a vinyl piece that goes all the way across here. It's just a trim piece, and that tends to hold water underneath it, just kind of like a vinyl top would, right? And you'll find that these upper headers will often be rusted out, and you can see this one here is pretty bad. Somebody's come through here and put some sort of epoxy or something in it at one time, primed it and put the vinyl back on, but yeah, that thing's bad. They do sell these, and I've got a replacement coming in, and we'll cut this one out and weld in the new one. But I wanted to kind of show you what it looked like prior to us cutting that out. Alright guys, we're back. Got this header removed. Several resistant spot welds, and there are some MIG seam welds just on the edge here that you've got to take off. This is the driver's side. It wasn't too bad. It came off pretty easy. There was, like I said, a seam weld that came all the way across like this, and I'd take a Dremel and get that guy off there. There was a spot weld here. This had an extra piece of metal that came across and folded underneath. You see it back up in there. So I just cut it kind of long, and now I've cut it back at this point. I'm probably going to just put a filler in here. Anyway, there was a resistance weld here and one here. And a whole slew on the back of the windshield frame. See, this last one was just kind of a pain, and I just cut it off right there because it wasn't going to be much of it. Alright, here's the passenger side. This had that same seam weld all the way across and up here. You can see where I kind of got into it with my Dremel. But this was heavily welded all the way up this edge too, and so that was quite a lot of grinding. I just had to come up with the grinder this way and just cut through it. Again, I left it long and then came back and decided I'm just going to put a piece of a filler in here. And alright, so on this side, this pillar is different than the driver's side. It has extra layer of metal right behind here that's part of the pillar, and that's the driver's side doesn't have that, so you're not actually welded to this piece right here. So what I ended up doing was, you can see there's the back of the windshield frame, bunch of resistance welds, and again I cut the end off because it was going to be too small to really keep and be usable. Anyways, I just took the cutoff weld and went right upside what you can see there, all the way up there, and then across right there, and that worked out. So that is that. Now you notice I didn't screw up the factory header, and I've got it all cleat-coated into place, so I've got all my original locations and everything. So anyway, I'm going to pull that off so we can see what it looks like underneath. And that's what it looks like. So you have all this. I kind of get a little crazy there. So it looks like from the side here. You can see this. It's a separate piece from this one and this one. That's that extra piece I was talking about. See how this is extra all the way over to here? On that, you don't have that on that side over there. It's different. This piece, this extra bit right here, does not exist on the driver's side. So this spot here is just a single thickness. On that side over there, whoop, that one right over there, he's a double thickness. So different. This little hole here is not here on the passenger side, and on the passenger side this goes straight across and then comes down all the way back to here. Anyway, a little different from one side there. Next thing up is to put on the aftermarket header and hope for the best, right? You know how aftermarket parts fit. Alright, I've got this thing pretty much final fit to the A-pillars. I've got some screws in there to kind of hold it in place. I'm going to have to use a clamp to pull this backside down against the metal in there. Right up in there. Anyway, there's a final check. I put these receivers on. You know, your vinyl top, the hooks. You know, you've got a stud. Oh, and by the way, that's why this side's different. Is you've got a stud that'll have to be clearanced. That comes down from your vinyl top, or like a dowel pin that goes in there and aligns everything. And then the hooks come up underneath here and then tighten the top down against this header. Right? That's how it works. So. Anyway, there's only an alignment pin on one side. There's not one over there for whatever reason. That's just how GM did it, so get used to that. Anyway, that thing has got to clear the top, and it looks like it does, with a little bit of clearance for, you know, that vinyl trim piece is supposed to go in there, kind of like a vinyl top for this header. All right, here's the passenger side. I put a screw in there because I'm going to pull this down first. This is our primary surface. We want this one, that surface, to be our primary surface. So we're going to pull it down, get it right first, and then we'll pull the rest of this down. But I ended up stripping that one out, so I had to put another screw over here. Oh well, shit happens. And I bolted this receiver in, and you can see there's a little bit of gap, a little more gap on this side, but I think it's probably close enough for the people we hang out with, right? Alright, the windshield header is removed, and one final look before we weld everything up. So you can see I got weld through primer on everything, and what we're looking at here is where we're going to weld it with plug welds. As you can see, there are about 4 plug welds on the front window frame right here. There's actually a 5th one over here from the factory, but by the time you drill it out, there ain't nothing left, so I just cut it off. And there's one in the back. You can see there's a little quarter right there, but really there's one in the back. There's 4 in the front, 1 in the back, and that's it. All the rest will be seam welds, and we'll weld this whole seam up here, and then of course this is going to have a filler in it. This little gap in the back is for the clearance on the convertible top alignment pin. It comes through that piece I showed you earlier that bolted on here, the receiver for the J-hooks to latch the convertible top. Well, that alignment pin goes right down in this little notch. So we'll, anyway, we're going to seam weld this on the top, and then we will also seam weld this edge right here. So that'll be all nice and strong. And the other side looks just like this. It's going to be 4 plug welds in the front frame and 1 in the back. So let's go take a look. All right, passenger side, you can see we got 4 plug welds in the front and 1 in the back, right? These are just some holes I put in there to screw everything together temporarily. Now that's it. Now you remember I did have a hole in here earlier. I told you that I drilled a hole in that spot. Well, it's not spot welded because there's nothing mating on the header in that area. If you look, see, that's all open, right? So if I flip that over, you can see there's nothing mating in that area. So once I realized that, I went ahead and welded that hole back up, because that turns out that's kind of an important that's an important weld between this piece and this piece. Keeps all this stiff and high strength. So I also did a little edge weld just for fun. So that's what that looks like. That's what you're gonna need, guys. You need 4 on the back, 4 in the front, and 1 on the back for your plug welds, both sides. Hey guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on this convertible windshield header, and I've got it all welded in at this point, and this side ground down, and that filler added in. You remember we talked about that gap? We're gonna have to put a filler in there, and I just made a piece out of I don't know, 20 gauge or something, and just welded it to the side. I made sure that it was, you know, it's just a piece going straight out that way, right? And I bent it around this edge here, just kind of kicked it back that angle, and it just ran off right on the end. Let me open this door. It just ran off the end of this piece. So after I had in the filler, I welded underneath, and then just ground it back flush. Rolled this top edge, ground it a little bit, put a little radius on there. Anyway, then I installed the top receptacle there for the hooks, and made sure it was going to clear, and it looks like I'm pretty good. Might need to relieve it back just a bit right there, but overall filler looks okay. All the welds came out nice. We got a full seam weld in the front, and then all the way up this edge right here, right? This is actually better than it was factory. They had some seam sealer and stuff in here, which is weird because there's holes all the way across this header. This thing's got holes in it all over the place. It's no wonder they get rusty, right? So, and then there were holes up here from the factory setup. So this is actually better. Let's see, can you see the, yeah, okay, so there's this, well, that got dark. Make it light. Let's try this again. All right. There we go. Oh, God, there. Yeah. All right, so there's those 4 spot welds. I just lightly knocked the tops off of them. There's one in the corner still I wasn't able to get to and didn't feel like messing with. It looks okay. There's that one. I also, along with this spot weld, because this spot weld doesn't, well, there you go. The spot weld doesn't necessarily contact the end of your windshield header 100%. This side did, the passenger side did not. But you can see I put a weld in there and a seam weld right there as well, just to make all that much stiffer. And like I said, it compared to what this was before, when there were holes in this surface right here, this is so much stiffer, torsionally and bending and everything. All right, here's a quick update on the passenger side. It's all welded and hasn't even been ground yet. We have not put on the filler of this on this end. This end won't be too bad. It's not much of a gap there. The other side had a 1/4 inch gap. This side's not going to be too bad, but I'll do it the same way. I'm just going to make a piece of sheet metal to go right off the end of that, and then grind it flush with the end of the pillar. See, we got the seam weld in. I have not put in the plug welds. I did stitch that edge so I wouldn't have to fold the sheet metal around too much. That little bit this was sticking out, that's how it was factory. I suppose it doesn't matter. I'll probably end up grinding that flush with the rest of the windshield channel. Our gap from the side. Oh, remember on the other side where I told you that this plug weld didn't hit 100% on both sides? Well, this is the side that doesn't hit 100%. I haven't welded it up the rest of the way, but that's as much that's touching the end of the is that going to focus in there? Yeah, it's touching the end of the windshield header interior, which just comes down at an angle, and that's all I could get. So I put stitch weld on there. That one's pretty ugly. And there's my 4 welds underneath, right? Talked about that. And then I put a weld in the middle there. They're all pretty ugly. I'll grind them down just so they don't interfere with any of the trim pieces. I don't think they will as they are, but anyway, when we come back, we'll have that filler welded into place and maybe the whole thing finished. Hey guys, final update on this convertible windshield header. I've got it all welded in and ground back. So I put the filler in, and I just butt welded it to the edge of this this piece here, and then let it stick out long past the end of the pillar. Then I'll weld it up underneath the back side, and then ground it off flush just like the other side. Yeah, you can kind of see how it all went together there. All right, one final comment on this convertible windshield header, and this has to do with the molding studs, those things right there that go all the way across the header, and those hold the trim or the molding on around the window. As you can see, I broke one off right here. Come on, focus. There we go. They're quite fragile. They're not like the original GM at all. They're only spot welded to a very small diameter, not the actual diameter of the stud. So quite fragile. And for whatever reason, this header's got a hole right next to the stud on each one of these. I don't know if that was some sort of screw up at the manufacturing plant or what, but it's like that all the way across. See, there's the hole there too. Anyways, I'll have to put some adhesive, urethane adhesive I used to glue the windshield in those holes to cover them up. For this broken stud that I managed to break off while sanding that bit right there, I'm going to try a rivet style. They have rivet style now, and they look like they probably work better than the screw-in style, because there's basically two types. Anyways, very fragile. Be careful with them, guys, because they do break off real easy.